Did Hitler and the Nazi literally avoid the black culture? Or how about this? What about the Nazis, his soldier, and the black women? Were they being prejudiced towards them? Does racism exist towards them? Foremost, I want you to watch for more details my videos on Hitler never lynch us or the Nazis never lynch us. Now, I'm going to proceed. Look at this. We do know in the 1945, 1944, have you ever heard of the 300 nurses that was in the camp of the POWs, the prisoner of war? They had to attend to the Germans that was captured. And are you aware that they experienced prejudice only from the United States people that was in the service? The lieutenants, the one that was have sent them there, they relegated these nurses into being with them because they didn't want to give the enemy no room to like the European nurses here. So they figure like if they send them the black nurses, they would avoid them and began to say, oh, get away from us. Nonetheless, something very interesting had taken place. They were not programmed to target people of color, people with melanin. They were programmed to take out and to annihilate Europeans that were circumcised. Oh yes, this is how they end up finding the Israelite of the European descendants. They went to the birth certificate and they looked to check not those who was white, black, whatever nationality, but the European that were circumcised. And this is why some had blue eyes that was in the concentration camp. If you were a German, but you took the culture of the Israelite, the European Israelite, then you were placed on a train and sent to the concentration camp. Oh yes, Israelites, I guess you figure like no matter what color you are, if you take up the roots of Israel or Israelites, there's a penalty behind it. God don't discriminate. Just because you're Europeans, you thought like you weren't going to be touched. Yes, these people was under bondage. Again, they was under slavery. But they don't want to say that they were slave. See, they try to fabricate. They want to say that, oh, no, it's the Holocaust. Do not allow Holocaust supersede slavery. We were in the Holocaust, primarily when we was on the voyage in chain, coming over here at the bottom of the boat, 100-degree weather for weeks, months on the ocean. But that was not a Holocaust. That's called slavery. This is what the Western world teach. This is why I'm teaching you. I feel so adamant and so eager to teach you the significance of knowing who we are and who they are. When people say Hebrews and slavery, don't just think black people. They were under slavery. Other people was also enslaved. So this is just a hypocritical teaching of the Word of God. Listen to this. It says that it's unfortunate that the black nurses face more harsh punishment and discrimination than the overseas prisoner. They were saying, thank you, ma'am. And they were just being so pleasant to the black nurses. Well, as a matter of fact, one of the German ended up getting married to a black nurse. Her name was Eleanor Powell, and she married a German called Frederick. Look it up. Do research on it. They came over here liking black women because they were not programmed by Hitler to annihilate people of color, people of melanin. See, so it's unfortunate. In 1945, what was going on in America? Signs saying color only, white only. But over there, black people were walking the streets. Listen to the testimony of Esther Forham in my video, Hitler Never Lynched Us. Listen to her testimony. She was born in Germany as a little girl. And they had a store. And there were biracial relationship. Okay? it's amazing what was going on over there. Whereas in here, people try to say Nazi power when Nazi didn't target people of color. No. But how about the Nazi here? The police officers. Yes, they host people singing Kumbaya, Come By Here, Lord, Martin Luther King. They was hosting them. They were beating them, dragging our women down the street, sicking dogs on them, K9. When the same years, black people were walking under Hitler, while the European Israelite been sent into a fiery furnace. And I pray for my brothers, and I feel for them as well. I'm not saying that this was a good thing. I'm not saying Hitler was good. But what I am trying to emphasize, so that it can be very perceivable to you, is that Hitler was not our demon. It was not our demon. Our demons was spraying us with water hose, placing preachers in jail, calling us 3/5 of a man, 60% of a human being. You're unworthy to eat at the table with us. But yet, it's amazing what goes on in one nation. It's the antithesis of what's going on in another nation. In the meantime, I feel obligated to always teach you these things. It's so discouraging. Sometimes knowledge is power, and sometimes power, when it is learned and you receive it, it can be very disheartening. And we end up finding out that the German soldier, the Nazis, the POW, they were shocked. They were shocked, repeat, that black people were being treated in such a way. They were shocked. Because over there, they were not allowed to treat. In Germany, you would have been put on a rope yourself if they would have saw a mob of Germans lynching an innocent black man. They wouldn't be able to just take photos with that person and he hanging on the tree and they castrate him. That would not happen under Hitler. What am I saying? Let me just come out and say it. As a black man, we were more safe under what the world called a beast than these who they call great Americans, citizen in 1945. In the meantime, study to show yourself to be approved, be blessed out there, share knowledge. It only make you stronger. And be safe out there.